The great teams of the past tournament on Dave's Cards and Sports Games right here on Facebook Live and YouTube. Please subscribe and like Dave's Cards and Sports Games. This is game number 2 of the series between the 1934 St. Louis Cardinals and the 1929 Chicago Cubs. In game 1, with Dizzy Dean on the mound. Dizzy Dean was dizzy, as in the second inning, Stevenson doubled and Grimm doubled them in to make it 1-0. In the second inning, McMillan with a double, English with a walk, and Rogers Hornsby with a 3-run homer made it 4-0. In the 5th inning, a triple by English and an RBI by Hack Wilson made it 5-0. The Cardinals score 1 in the 6th on a pinch hit single, triple by Fritsch. In the 7th, the Cubs score again on a triple by Hornsby, knocking in English for the 3rd time in the game. And then Delancey hits a homer for the Cardinals to end it. Final score in game 1, Cubs 6, Cardinals 2. We are in game 2, a must-have game for the Cardinals on the road in Chicago. And here are the lineups for the teams. For the Cardinals, the visitors, it's going to be Martin, Rothrock, Fritsch, Medwick, Collins, Delancey, Orsatti, DeRocher, and Daffy Dean. Dizzy Dean got ripped up pretty good in game 1. Hopefully his brother Daffy can pitch a little better than Dizzy did. And for the Cubbies, who did well in game 1, we had McMillan, English, Hornsby, Wilson, Kyler, Stevenson, Grimm, Taylor, and Bush. Bush on the mound is a straight B, and Daffy Dean is a BYZ. Once again, that's much better to be a BYZ pitcher. And I can't find my sheet with the cheat sheet on it right now. So I'll just have to go with it, everybody. What I say goes for this one. Don't know where my cheat sheet is, darn it. So, no cheat sheet, but still going to have some fun. My cheat sheet fell off. Here we go. I think we can find the cheat sheet and make this go. Bam, there we go. Once again, for pitching, A's are the best, B's are second best, C's are average, D's are below. If you see an X on a pitcher card, that's a lot of strikeouts. Y is pretty good for strikeouts. Z is control. W wild. Whenever you see a 1, it's going to be pretty much a home run. 2, a triple. 3 could be a triple or homer. 4, depending on the situation, double. 5s are almost doubles or homers all the time. 6 are doubles pretty much all the time. 7s are hits pretty much against any grade. Then we get 8s, 9s, 10s, which could be hits depending on the situation. 8s are good on C's. 9s are good on B's. We'll get the hang of it here. Once again, most important thing, what you're going to see the most, 30, 31, 32. Fly ball to left, fly ball to center, fly ball to right. And you're going to see mostly 24s to 29s for ground balls. 24 and 28 are usually to short, 25 and 26 to second, 27 to third. So let's get with it. It's the great teams of the past. Right here on Dave's Cards and Sports Games. Cardinals are up. Guy Bush on the mound. Martin, the batter for the Cardinals. Martin in game 1 was 0 for 4. Not what you want from your leadoff man. We use the Pop-O-Matic so the dice don't go flying off the table. And here we go. We'll zoom in down here a little bit. Maybe zoom in a tad. There we go. And we'll see what happens. Maybe too much. All right, here we go. Martin, first batter of the game, shakes at 35-9. That's a base hit off of... Actually, Bush is a C pitcher. Sorry about that. Bush is a C pitcher. Don't know where. I saw B. So Bush is a B reliever, a C starter. So right off the bat, unfortunately, you go with the first number, C starter, B reliever. So 9 is an out to start the game. We'll say 5-3. Rothrock is up. Rothrock 0 for 3 in game 1. And here he walks. 14 a walk. 14 will pretty much be a walk all the time. Frisch, 2 for 4 with a single and a triple in game 1. Shakes an 8. That's a base hit. We'll just see how far the runner goes. I think he stops at, or I think he goes to third. No, he goes only to second base. So, runner to second. Ducky Medwick up right now. Ducky Medwick was 0 for 4 in game 1. And here he shakes a 36, which is a 14. Bases loaded. And the only thing the Cubs don't have is pitching. No bullpen. Collins up, and Collins shakes a 53. That's a 20. And the Cubs fielding is fielding 1. So we go to the boards here. So rare play board. Bases loaded against fielding 1. He gets beamed. So very wild start to Bush. Got lucky with the first one, but not lucky anymore. 1-0 Cardinals, a game they have to win. Delancey had a good first game with a homer and a walk. And here he shakes a 6. Holy smokes, what a start for the Cardinals. A triple. And 3 runs score, and it's 4-0 Cards. And they have to be in right away, bottom of or top of the first inning, and they have to be in the first. And that's a 9. It's not going to matter. It's going to get a run in. A 9 with a runner on third against a C pitcher. It's a sac fly. F8. And believe it or not, the pitcher is a D to start the game. So here's what happened. Out, walk, base hit, walk, beanball, triple. That knocked in 3. And then a sac fly knocks in 1 more. It's 5 runs. And Bush is already a D pitcher. They could bring in a wild pitcher, I guess. A CW if they want. But we're going to keep the D pitcher in there for at least an inning or so. And then we might bring in Blake to see what he can do. All right. What a inning. Leo the Lip DeRocher up. He's called Lippy. And he shakes a 9, which actually is good. And it's going to be an out to end the inning. What an inning it was to start the game for the Cardinals in a must-win game. 5 runs on only 2 hits. No errors. Nobody left on base. Cubs down 5-0 after half an inning of play. Wow. McMillan up. And 17 or 14 is a 30, and a 30 is always an F7. Remember that. Because you're going to see a lot of 30s, 31s, and 32s. Look at that. 34 is a 31. F8 for English, who had a great first game. Hornsby with a great first game. Walks here. Hack Wilson needs to shake pretty much an 11 or 66. Shakes a 45. That's going to be a ball because the pitcher is a Z. So he gets up and shakes again and hits a ground ball to second. Out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. Cards coming back up huge. Dizzy Dean got rocked the first game. Daffy Dean doing great in game 2. 4-3, he's out. On the ground ball to Hornsby. Martin up, he was out the first time up. 23, 6-3, so the pitcher is a D pitcher, and now he's doing better. And Rothrock walks for the second time in 2 innings. Frankie Fritz singled in the first inning and gets an out here, a 32. We've seen every one now. A 30 is to left, a 31 is to center, a 32 is to right. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Cardinals rocking this game. 5-0 after 1.5. Kiki Kyler up. And in the first game, he was 0 for 4. Make that 0 for 5 as he strikes out. 13 is a strikeout. Stevenson up, and Stevenson in game 1 was 1 for 4 with a run scored and a double. There's a 9. That is a base hit. So Stevenson slaps one through. We have Grimm up. Grimm doubled and walked twice in the first game. 1 for 2. Oh, he needed the 66, not the 65. That's a pop-up. 2 outs. Taylor up for the Cubbies, and he was 0 for 4. So needs to get off the schneid. Hits a ground ball to second. Easy out. 4-3. Daffy Dean pitching well, unlike his brother in game 1. So we are in the top of the 3rd inning. The Cardinals are up 5-0. And against the D pitcher, trying to add on, and Blake is warming up in the bullpen. I might pitch the final 5 innings if he gives up some runs. 32 was a 4-3 out. So since he's became a D pitcher, he's done much better. 65 is an out. I think it's a ground ball to first, but I'll keep it as the old pop-up. And Delancey up, and Delancey, it's a ball. And he's out, F8. Incredible. So against the D pitcher, he has retired 8 of 9. 7 of 8. 7 of 8. And then Orsatti will be up next. So we go to the bottom of 3. Bush is up. And we'll let Bush bat because he has a decent hitting card for a pitcher. 35 is a 29, which is going to be a ground ball to the pitcher. 1 out. Have very bad hay fever today, folks, so it might be sniffling a lot. Hope you don't mind. As we are at Wrigley Field in game 2. Cubs win. They win the series. However, they're losing 5-0. English up. English with a great series, and he slaps another hit. 4th hit in 2 games for Woody English. Hornsby up, who's having an unbelievable series until now. Ground ball for 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. The Cardinals are up 5-0. We still have a deep pitcher in there, but if he gives up a hit or 2, I think Blake will come in relief. And Orsatti rips a hard double down the line. DeRocher up. And DeRocher, 23. We'll check that out against fielding 1. 43 is a 29. Fielding 1. Out at first, runner to third. So 3-1 with the pitcher up. Infield and Daffy Dean is up. We'll let Daffy Dean bat here. He's doing well. Infield in. And it's a 24 with the infield in. Against fielding 1. It's a double play. Pop up to the shortstop was running into left field, makes the catch, spins, turns, fires home, out. What a way to end the inning. And Bush stays alive on the mound. So what ended up happening here was an F6, 6-2 double play to end the inning. And this is game 2 of the best of 3. Cardinals up 5-0 after 3.5 innings. Cubs trying to get back on the board. They did win game 1. Once again, we use the Pop-O-Matic. Hack Wilson is up. And Wilson shakes a 33. That's going to be a 4. That's going to be a double. So the Cubs down 4-0. Can they come back? Must-have game for the Cubs. And a walk to Kiki Kyler. Dizzy Dean got rocked in game 1. His brother Daffy doing much better in game 2. Stevenson up. Stevenson singled in the first inning. And here he shakes a 24. Not what the doctor ordered against fielding 2. Fielding 2, it's going to be Still a double play. 4-6-6-3, runner to third. So here's how you do it. Runner to third, 4-6, 1 out, 6-3, 2 outs. Double play. Grimm up. Grimm popped up first time up, and in game 1 of the series, I don't think he did too well. Oh, no, he didn't do bad. He was 1 for 2. And 65 ends the inning, so a promising start in the 4th. Ends with nothing. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner left on base. So Grimm was the last out. We go to Taylor next inning. We go to the top of 5. Cardinals up 5-0 after that crazy first inning. On the road. Martin up. Martin is 0 for 2 in the game. And believe it or not, he's 0 for 6 in the series. There he gets off the snide and rips a single, and he says, hey, I'm having so much fun. Let's steal second. Bush will stay in the game even though he's a D. 14 is a 30, and once again on the cheat sheet, we'll get the cheat sheet going a little bigger here. For most of the people out there, 30s are always going to be fly balls to left field. So F7, and just so you know, there's no advancement on that, so here we go. It's Frankie Fritsch up. And Fritz shakes an 18 on a fielding 1. That's a rare play board. First on air, runner hold. So that's kind of a wacky play. So it's E6. He bobbled it. He was on the left side. The runner stayed on the base. And he couldn't make the play to first. First and second. Blake is up. And I'm just looking to see who's batting next for the Cubs. It's the pitcher's we're going to try to get out of the inning. And it's not a good move. It's a double. 2 runs scored, and that will be the end of the inning for Bush. It wouldn't have mattered who was pitching. Slow on first. Out at home. And I don't think Frankie Fritsch is slow, but we'll look here really quick. He's not. So 2 runs score. As Guy Bush did not have himself a very good day. And here's what we're going to do for Bush. Guy Bush, right on the bottom there. He gave himself, we'll make this a little bigger. Guy Bush gave up 7 runs. 5 are earned so far. Correction, 6 of them will be earned, and then we have the air, but it might move up to 7 if another run scores. 3, 4, only 5 hits. He did go 5 1/3 innings. Can get the loss, can't get the win. Didn't do well in the walk department either. 1, 2, 3 walks. Actually, he also beaned a batter. And he struck out a whole 0. Not a good performance for Guy Bush. Coming into the game is Blake. He is a CW fielding 1. Still keeps him at fielding 1 for a team. So Blake is in there now. Runner on second. Collins up. Collins already was beaned and scored a run and got an out. See what he does here. Blake moves up to a B for the first batter. F9, 2 outs. And Delancey is up. And Delancey, who homered in the last game, is out. So in the inning for the Cardinals, top of the 5th, they add on. Will this be the biggest blowout in great teams of the past history? 2 runs, 2 hits. There was an error. 1 runner left on base. So these totals are correct on the bottom for the pitcher. 7 runs, 6 of them earned. Bottom of 5. In the blowout, Taylor is up. And unfortunately, Blake has to bat, the pitcher. 34 is a 31. As we said plenty of times, 31 is always F8. We have to write Blake in over here. Inning 6. Let's look to see what we got. Blake is up. Shakes a 63. That's a 29. That is an out. Fans are leaving Wrigley before the 7th inning stretch. McMillan 0 for 2 in the game. And boy, is he not doing anything in the whole series. 1 for 7. 54 makes it 1 for 8. 1, 2, 3 go the hapless Cubs. As it looks like we're going to go back to Sportsman Park for game 3. We haven't had a 3 games a series go the distance in a while. Orsatti with a double in the game and an out, or a sacrifice fly, I should say. 40, we shake him again. And we should keep on shaking because that's no good either. 4-3. Leo DeRocher up 0 for 2 in the game. And DeRocher keeps the trouble going as it's a double. Daffy Dean is up. Dean will swing away with a good hitting card. And it's a 23. 23 on fielding 1. That's a rare play board. Runner out stealing 3rd, and it would have been an injury, but we don't do injuries. So, yeah, just what you like to do when you're up 7-0 in the 6th. You try to steal more bases. 2-5. 2 outs. Dean still up, and Dean walk. Dean doesn't walk. He gets a 36. So I'm going to look here to see what the thing was here. So runner on second, and he was thrown out. And now we have a ball finally, so that there was no count on the other one. And there we go, ball. 2 more balls. So that's crazy. I think we have a ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, ball 4 situation. No, it's just ball 2 because it's a ball 4. It was a wild pitcher. Sorry about that. So Dean would have walked. Martin is up, and Martin shakes a 10. That's a base hit and a stolen base, a second stolen base. The Cardinals aren't afraid to try to steal. Up by 7. 2 on, Rothrock up, and Rothrock shakes an 8 on a C. Base hit, 2 score, unless the guy's slow. And Martin's really fast, so this is the biggest blowout in great teams of the past history. The score is 9-0. 54 will end the inning for Fritsch. You are watching the biggest blowout in APBA great teams of the past history. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Bottom of 6. There's no fans left except for the few that traveled east from St. Louis. And maybe the parents, mothers, and fathers. English is up, and English slaps a hit to start the inning. Daffy Dean gives up a hit, and Rogers Hornsby is up, and Hornsby shakes a 33. That's going to be a strikeout. Hack Wilson is up, and Wilson shakes an 8, which just moves the runner over. 2 outs. Kiki Kyler is up, and Kiki shakes an 8 on a B. Is not good. We'll just say I think it's a 4-3. So we go no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. It's 9-0 in favor of the Cardinals. Biggest blowout ever. After 6 innings, the visiting Cardinals have 9 runs, 8 hits, 3 left on base. The Cubbies have no runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 5 runners left on base. Top of 7. Ducky up, and Ducky hits a double, his second double in a row. Collins is up. They're going for 10. And Collins shakes a 3. Way back and gone. The rout continues. The first home run of the game. Incredible. 11-0 Cardinals. Delancey up. And Delancey walks. One more run and Blake goes to a D. Orsatti up. Orsatti with runner on first base. It's going to be an infield hit or a base hit. Runner stops at second. Leo, the lip DeRocher, is up, and he shakes a 14, which is a walk with a wild pitcher. Daffy Dean up with the bases loaded. And Daffy Dean shakes a 34. Pop-up. Martin up. Martin with back-to-back innings of singles. In the 5th inning, a single and a stolen base and a run scored. In the 6th inning, a single and a stolen base and a run scored. Here he hits a 30. We'll see if that's going to be a sacrifice fly or not. 30 on fielding one. Fly out, runners hold. F7, 2 outs. Rothrock is up, and Rothrock shakes a 20 with the bases loaded. Correction, 2nd and 3rd of 20. And it is a pop-up. So, F4. Got lucky there. But really, there's no luck when you're losing 11-0. Martin is... Fritsch is up. All right, 2 runs. 3 hits. No errors. 3 runners left on base. They're saying, take me out to the ball game. The organ is playing, but I don't hear any noise. It's 11-0 Cubs. Stevenson up, and Stevenson rips a double to start off the inning. It's 11-0 Cardinals, I should say. Double for Stevenson. Grimm up. And Grimm shakes a 29. And against fielding 1, that moves him to... Or actually, fielding 2, he stays at 2nd. Taylor up. Taylor shakes a 31, F8. And believe it or not, we're going to make a pitching change here. Look who's coming in. They're going to be one of the D pitchers has to come in. Not looking forward to the rest of this game because it's only going to probably get worse. Let's bring in Clarence Blair to bat. Blair will bat. So we do the squiggly lines there. We write in B-L-A-I-R. 7th inning. Blair is up. Let's see what he can do. Just like everybody else, nothing. F7 ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Coming in for the Cubs will be Carlson. He is a DZ, which you don't like to see. Didn't mean that to rhyme, but it did. All right, the reserves are up here now. Carlson is on the mound. We have to do the stats quickly for Blake. Blake went... Actually, Bush went 4 1/3, and Blake went 2 2/3. Blake, in his 2 2/3 innings, gave up 4 runs, 6 hits, 0 strikeouts. So they haven't struck out anybody in the game yet. 3 walks, 4 earned runs. It's 11-10 in favor of the Cardinals. And now they get to face a D pitcher. This ought to be fun. Frankie Fritsch reached on an air and scored, and also a single and a score. Here he hits a pop-up. Ducky Medwick, 2 doubles and a walk in the game. And an out. So the D pitcher doing well. Collins, a 2-run homer, a bases-loaded beanball, 1 for 3. And here he gets an out. So 1, 2, 3 for Carlson. 11 rip. Cubs up to bat, I should say. Cubs up to bat. McMillan 0 for 3. As the buses have already started for the trip back to St. Louis for Game 3. McMillan, F9. Woody English, 2 more hits in the game, and boy, he is hot. Woody English, his last 5 at-bats, single, out, single, triple, and then even a walk. And now an out. F9. Hornsby is up, and Hornsby rips a double just because he's one of the greatest batters ever to play the game. Hack Wilson has a double in the game. And a 7 is going to get it done. A base hit, and the shutout is not happening anymore. It's 7-1. I apologize for that. I believe the shutout stays intact. I'm looking here. Nope, 7 does get a hit because the pitcher is an A. It is still a run. Kiki Kyler up off an A pitcher. A 9 is going to be an infield hit. Daffy Dean advanced to an A. And now he's getting rocked. Ball 1, ball 2. And there's an out. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 11-1. Cardinals. Delancey's up with a walk and a triple, 3 RBIs, and a double. A lot of extra base hits in this game. Orsatti is up, and Orsatti gets a base hit, and I think a run will score. Base hit, runner scores. It's now 12-1. Most runs scored in a game so far. Biggest blowout so far. DeRocher is up, and DeRocher shakes a 28. Quickly see what a 28 is. 28 on fielding 1. It is just going to be a fielder's choice. 6-4, fielder's choice. Daffy Dean is up. Dean is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. And a ground ball. Actually, a 12 should end the inning, I think. It has to. It's a double play. So double play will end the inning. 5-4. 2 outs. 4-3. 3 outs. Double play. They get 1 more run. 2 more hits. No errors. Nobody left on base. 12-1 the score. We're going to finally wrap up this game, I believe. Daffy Dean, an A pitcher, versus Martin. Unless he quit the team. Hey, Martin, come back. Oh, I have the wrong... No, where you go. Duh. It's Grimm is up. Here we go. Grimm is up, and he walks to start the inning. Zach Taylor is up, and Taylor shakes a 9. That's an infield hit. I did not want to do this, but I have to do this and play realistically. Then I can let the pitcher bat down by 11 runs with 2 on, no outs. So let's bring in... Oh, Gabby Hartnett. See if he can pop a late 3-run homer. I will write Hartnett 9 in column 1 there. So let's see what happens. Hartnett is up with runners on first and second. It's a ball. It's a F8, 1 out. McMillan is up 0 for 4 in the game. Another pop-up, 0 for 5 in the game. That's terrible. English, the only player that's doing a darn, ends the game with a ground ball to first base. And the game is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. So let's do a quick total here for Carlson went 2 innings as a D pitcher, gave up 1 run, 2 hits, did not strike out a batter, and didn't walk a batter. So not good when you see 6 walks, no strikeouts, and 13 hits in the game. The loss went to Bush. The win goes to Daffy Dean. Daffy Dean went 9 innings. He gave up 9 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. He walked 1, 2 in the game, and not many strikeouts either. 1, 2 strikeouts total in the game for both teams. And giving up the homer in the game was Blake. So the final totals in the biggest blowout in the great teams of the past tournament, Cardinals had 3, 5, 7, 12 runs, 13 hits, no errors, and they left 6. Cubs, 1 run, 9 hits, 1 error, 10 runners left on base. The biggest blowout in our tournament so far, final score, Cardinals win 12-1. We go back to St. Louis for Game 3. Hope you're enjoying the great teams of the past tournament. Final score once again, Cardinals 12, Cubs 1. We'll see you later. Thank you.